I want to take a little time here and talk about product demos. And I know some other YouTubers have talked about this, and I think this is an important thing to touch on. You know, I am learning as we go on YouTube. And, getting my first products, I believe it was, might have been a wireless from Xtuga. I think that was the first demo I did on my channel. And, I try to be honest. I try to do a good demo of these products and try to do what the company wants me to do, but meanwhile, maintain integrity. And if something's not good, I just simply won't do the demo. They could send something. I'll say, hey, this doesn't work. This isn't, going to work out for me. And if you want me to send it back, I'll send it back. But the reality is this, man. I know it. And I think everybody that watches my channel, I can pretty much make $119 guitar sound good. I did that. I bought, on my channel, I bought the Squier debut. It's the Amazon guitar. It's $119. And I did a little demo of the guitar. And I bought it with my own money and demoed it on my channel. And it sounds pretty good, plays pretty good. Is it as good as a Squier Classic Vibe? No. Is it as good as a Player Series Fender? No. Is it as good as a Custom Shop? Absolutely not. And, I think people, that watch my channel, and it's the same thing, man. When I watch demos, and I watch demos on YouTube all the time, I want to hear how good can you make this thing sound. If you've got decent technique, if you've got decent, tone in your hands, can you make this thing sound good? Because, man, I will look at $100 and $19 guitar demo because I'm curious. What if I gotta play a gig in really messed up situations, and I don't want to take one of my nice guitars back there? What if I need to play, something less expensive? And I'm also fascinated to see how good a $119 guitar can be. And I think that's fascinating for a lot of people. And look, there's a lot of people who don't have the budget to buy, an American-made guitar, an expensive American-made guitar. And, frankly, I can't really afford to buy an expensive American-made guitar these days. But so I'm curious, man, and these import guitars, they are making some incredible progress. The the way these guitars are made and the machines that are cutting the wood and shaping the necks and all that have made incredible progress. Import guitar pickups are way better than they were back in the day. Used to be muddy sounding. Used to, you knew immediately once you bought an import, you were going to immediately have to put, replacement pickups in it. And these days, man, I don't really feel that. I don't feel like, I've been down the modding guitars, ramp, and know that whatever I spend modding something, I'm never going to get that money back. Nobody's going to value the fact that I put a Jeff Beck humbucker in this import Les Paul and go, oh, well, here's the money for the Jeff Beck. No, they're just going to get a free upgrade. That's how that works. And you're essentially, it's the same thing. I've got a Les Paul back there, and I replaced the bridge pickup a long time ago, and it'll probably even devalue the guitar, even though it's a great pickup. It will devalue the guitar, and it's not all original. People want all original. And so, I'm amazed at what companies are able to do for very little. You could get a $230, Fesley guitar or some of these other brands. And, I can make them sound good. And for the most part, they all play well. As long as they've got a decent setup, I can make minor adjustments, or I can put a better set of strings on a guitar. And that can make a huge, huge difference. And like I said, the pickups these days, import pickups, they all sound pretty good. They've got the formula down, and they know how to, make the guitar sound good. And, it's all relative, because now I'm having to do these demos. And, I just woke up this morning, and there's one company, and I'm not going to name names, but I did a demo of one of their guitars, and now I wake up and I've got like some disgruntled customer, just leaving like 6 or 7 comments on this company. He had a bad issue with this company, and he comes on my channel to vent. Now, some of these companies, some of them pay a commission if you sell, and sometimes I get a commission if the item sells, through Amazon. And I will say this. So one company I did a demo for, and I was promised a commission. I know I sold a couple guitars at least, and never heard anything back. Never got any commission. It was just, now look, man, I could go and, hey man, where's my commission and all this? But man, I got companies in China that send me a guitar, and I wasn't even really expecting a commission. I wasn't, how do you account for that? How do you go, how do you know? How do I know how many they sold? I really don't. I have to trust in these companies, and they send me a commission. So they sent it. And, I have to realize that, man, it's deep waters, dark waters, whatever. It's murky waters doing these product demos. And there might be a day where I just go, I'm not going to do this. There have been products that I've been sent, people, hey, would you do this demo? And I even initially said yes. And then they said, well, we need you to do this and we need you to do that. And I said, whoa. This is a very hard product to demo. Some of these things are difficult to demo. how do I demo an IEM system really when I'm not playing live? That's sort of a tricky gray area. And, I can show the product. I can, show it powers up. I can pump music into my ears, but I can't let you know what it sounds like. And I think, it's like I'm gonna eventually get bigger name companies. You can't start out. You don't start out in life. Very few people get to start out as, the guitar player in the top country act on tour. You gotta start out in some of those van and trailer gigs. Maybe get screwed over a couple of times. Pay your dues. And, but man, I've had so far great experiences with a lot of these companies. And, people have gotten good value from the products for the most part, for the best of my knowledge. But then I'm just a guitar player. I'm not I don't know. I don't even know, because this is a learning experience, and I have a learning curve because in all reality, I'm just a guy with an iPhone who can make some basic videos. And it's not really in my wheelhouse to put on a big production. People don't come to my channel to watch a big production. They come to watch truth. And I try to give the best demos I can. I try to be honest. Look, I will tell you is this is great for a beginner. I will talk about the level of what this is. This is a great item for a beginner, or this is great for somebody who wants to take something to gigs that don't want to bring an expensive guitar. That's my way of telling you, hey, this isn't a custom shop guitar. This isn't going to sound as good as my, Fender Custom Shop Tele or my Fender Custom Shop Strat, or this isn't going to replace my SG. And I think most people realize that we're looking for it. It's fun to get a budget guitar. It's fun to try new gear. I've been pleasantly surprised by the majority of it. And if I wasn't, I wouldn't put the demo out. That's the reality. That's the reality of what I'm doing. And there's going to be people that disappoint you, companies that disappoint you, and don't do the right thing. And then there's going to be those that do. And that's part of life, man. It's a learning experience. I appreciate everybody that watches on my channel. I will try and always give my honest opinion on a product. And, but man, I don't want to get involved in the drama. I am not in customer service. If you've got an issue with the company, you've got to address it with the company and the warranty and all of that. And any personal issues you have with somebody's character or whatever, my channel is not the place to address that. I'm just trying to do some demos. And look, the demos on my channel are not a huge part of what I do. It's really just to provide a little bit of variety. Initially when I started my channel, I did a lot more demos like Universal Audio Lion and, Pod Express and different things like that. But when I started realizing that people wanted to hear the truth, people wanted to hear what it's like in the music business, people liked hearing my philosophy on life, that's when I kind of stepped away from just these obvious, demos and things that other channels do. things that other channels do much better than mine. I'm not going to say I'm the greatest demo guy, but there are guys out there that do demos, and I know I'm better. I can do a better demo than a lot of channels that maybe even have better production than me, because I'm a player and I know how to make things sound good. I know how to play with decent enough technique to make the guitar sound good. And I know, here's the thing, I can demonstrate the guitar doing a lot of different sounds. And some guys do one thing, and they do one thing well. And then there's, guys, I can play a little bit of jazz. I can play a little bit of rock. I can play a little bit of blues. I can play a little bit of funk. And I can kind of show you what a guitar, if a guitar is versatile, I can kind of show you, hey, this guitar is versatile. Look, I can get this sound. I can get that sound. And I think that's the value of me demoing a guitar. But you know what? I think, and I've heard other YouTubers talk about the dark side of doing YouTube demos, and I can honestly say, yeah, it can get a little weird. You can get asked to do things where you just go, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm gonna, try to steer clear of that. And you know what? There might be a day where I walk away from doing demos completely, except for maybe the best of the best. But I'm building this channel. I'm in the van and trailer stage of this channel, and I'm traveling in that van. And this van is, we're eating top ramen and cans of tuna and all that, because that's the level that I'm at on this channel. But you know what? You don't always stay in the van and trailer stage. Sometimes you graduate up to a bus, and if you're really doing well, then you're doing, flying around in the private fly dates sort of arena. But you know what? Doing demos, I like doing it, and I will always try and do an honest appraisal. But like I said, man, people that watch my channel, they know, hey, he can make anything sound good. So you have to listen with your ears. You have to realize a $230 guitar is not going to be, a $1,500 guitar or even an $800 guitar. $230 guitars have come a million miles from where they were. And you can get a great playing guitar and a good sounding guitar for a budget these days. And I'm more and more impressed at what they're able to do for low dough. But don't expect, a $1,500 guitar for $230. It just ain't gonna happen.